Okay, how did you get started with sports reporting?
Well, I started in high school. We had a television station at my high school that I got some experience in and really found out that I loved covering sports. It was a lot of fun, and I played sports as a kid and in high school some. So it was something that I could mesh my passion for that and into a career, what I wanted to do.
And what skills do you think are necessary to be successful in this career field?
You have to be totally dedicated to it. It is a 24/7 job. Like, even when you're off, you have to keep up with what's going on in the sports world. You have to be knowledgeable. You have to have contacts. You have to be hardworking because it can take a lot out of you. I mean, it's 12-hour days. It's 14-hour days for football games and traveling and going out and shooting and editing. You have to be able to do it yourself, and then come back and write it, and then also be able to go up on the anchor desk and present it. So it takes a lot of work and a lot of skill. Once you do it over and over, though, it becomes a habit, and you get good at it as you continue to do it a lot. But it takes a lot of practice.
Would you say that you have a favorite part of sports reporting?
My favorite part is telling stories. I like covering games, and that's fun too, but I really enjoy telling the stories of athletes and why the game is important to them and what makes it special, because that makes it more than just, a football game. It's, this kid overcame this, and this is why this game is so important to him. And I really love finding those stories and sharing them with people so that you get not just highlights, but actually something that everybody can watch, even if you don't like sports.
What is the most challenging part?
Probably the most challenging part is... Sorry, now I gotta think about it. I'd say the most challenging part is just having content every day. We have a 5 and a 6 o'clock show to fill, and then a 10 and 11 o'clock show, and we're always trying to get new content and new things, and it's a lot of work, and that can be challenging, especially during the summer when nothing's going on. That's probably the hardest part, is finding things that are interesting and important and relevant when no sports are really happening.
When is it the most busy?
Probably during football season, and right now too, because football season is overlapping with basketball season. So you have games on the road for football or at home, and then you've got a basketball game too, and you're trying to cover, men's and women's and basketball, and then making sure that you keep up with the football team. So that can be really busy and a lot of traveling and a lot of long days.
So so your favorite sport to cover, you said, was football?
Yeah, college football is probably my favorite. I like it that, the NFL is cool, but there's something about college football that just makes it's more pure, I guess, that, the players are playing because they love the game and not because, they make a bunch of money doing it. But, I mean, obviously they hope to do that in the future, but it's just, being loyal to your school and getting to cover that and seeing the ups and downs of a team.
What are some other sports that you've covered in the past?
Everything. I mean, we have to cover pretty much everything. Volleyball, soccer, baseball, softball, pretty much whatever's going on at that time, we cover it.
Okay, and then what was your path to success?
Well, I went to UT. I graduated in May of 2012, and then I had the opportunity to go to the Gannett station in Macon, Georgia. And I spent 15 months there as the main sports anchor. And then our sister station, WBIR, is also owned by Gannett. So when an opportunity came up for me, or a position came open here, they called me, and I got that chance to move up here, which has been wonderful because I've been able to, I still have friends here and family here, so it's been nice to be back. And I used to work for the University of Tennessee, the athletic department, so I still have some contacts there, and it's been really great, and that's really helped me a lot.
And what would you say your long-term goal is? Where do you see yourself?
I see myself someday hopefully going to the network level, whether it's reporting or anchoring. I'm not really sure yet, because I just started here a couple months ago, and I'm really thankful for this opportunity, but I do see myself moving on in the future at some point. I don't know how long that'll be. But I feel like you have to continue to have a goal in order to push yourself, and I think that helps me push myself to say, hey, I want to continue to get better every day so that maybe someday down the road I can move on and do something else.
And then, so being new here, and we're in the station right now, what does a normal workday consist for you being here?
Well, usually I come in around, it depends on the day, but like today I came in around noon, and I'm about to head out to Sevier County and Pigeon Forge. I'm going to go to 2 high school practices today and preview their state championship matchups. During the middle of the week, we try to, you know, Fridays and Saturdays are our big days when everything's happening. So right now, since we're in high school playoffs, we want to kind of preview some of the big matchups and get some of those teams, you know, some airtime, because that's something that you can't get if you turn on ESPN. Is you're not going to see Pigeon Forge High School or Sevier County High School on ESPN, but you can see it here, and that's what people care about, is their local teams. So I'll do that and come back and cut those for the show. Our sports director, Nick Carboni, he'll anchor 5 and 6, so he has to we have 3 minutes at each show to fill, and we like them to be different. So he'll stack those shows, put them together, and we do that over here. We have EMPS here that you can send video to it, and you write all your scripts in there, and that feeds the prompter, and then we edit everything with Edius. So you go through, and we have to edit all of our own stuff. We don't have any editors or anything, it's just us, and we go out and shoot it and come back and put it together and write it and put it in the show. So we do all of that here. But he'll do that, and then I'll come back and help him with the 10 and 11, and then he'll anchor 10 and 11.